Hi, my name is Simon Rylander. I've got a local interest in the Middlesbrough Mayor elections coming up. What I've done, I've invited local mayoral candidate Andy Preston and local resident and local businessman James Thomson. Get them both together and basically discuss the issues that are key to Middlesbrough coming up. Andy, thanks so much for doing this, spending your time with us. How's the campaign going so far?
You tell me. I feel like it's going okay. Meeting lots of people. Lots of leaflets going out, loads of stuff on social media, so I feel like I'm doing all the right things, being straightforward with people, telling them what I think I can do, what I think I can't do. I feel like it's going okay.
There is a lot of, both on a local and national level, certainly politics-wise, a lot of frustration with elections and all this kind of thing. There seems to be loads of elections. There's not long left now. May the 2nd is when the voting time is for everybody in Middlesbrough. What would you say to people like James, local residents and businessmen who feel that frustration, but also might be on the fence maybe as to who to vote for?
First thing I would say is you have to vote. I would rather that you vote for someone else than not at all. And I mean that really sincerely. Get everyone out to vote. I think it's really important to exercise that democratic right. It's a healthy system. Secondly, I would say think about who you're going to vote for. Now, it can be confusing. Everybody claims to be brilliant, don't they? Nice, honest, hard-working, high-achieving, can make the sun shine.
Until they get in.
And then they blame the weather on the last lot. But actually, what I would urge voters to do is judge people by what they've done, not by what they say they're going to do. Because that's how you gauge someone, I think. People can knock at your door selling this, that and the other. People can offer to go into business with you. People can try and get romantically involved with you and promise the earth. The first thing to do is check out the background. What's their track record? Have they delivered? Are they, if someone wants a personal relationship with you, are they serially unfaithful? If someone wants to do business with you, have they got a history of bad debts and mismanagement and being unreliable? Somebody wants you to look after your town, have they got a track record of being the wrong kind of person? Have they got a track record of delivering stuff and actually making real things happen? Because everyone's promising that, right? In a manifesto they all put out, everyone's saying, vote for me because I'll do this, this and this. Okay, what actually have you done? So in my case, and I'm asking you to vote for me, I know you're a resident of Middlesbrough, I'm saying that I have established organisations that have done incredible things across the town and the whole conurbation, across the whole of Teesside. I've got involved in businesses. I'm a director of a business which has just been named North East Company of the Year, and I'm very, very proud of that. I'm a shareholder and a director, and I've played a role in making that happen. I had a really big career in international finance, and I'm very proud to have prospered and done well there, running businesses in London and New York. And all this is from a lad who grew up in Middlesbrough, left school with 1 O-level, and I'm just a positive, energetic, hard-working person who will always give my best.
I mean, just if I can sneak in.
I need to stop.
Convince me. Well, I mean, for me, I'm not. I tend to float in and out of politics. I always maintain. Do you know, it's like Middlesbrough at the moment. Middlesbrough Football Club. I went on Facebook, and I don't like to air my dirty laundry in public, so I very rarely say things on Facebook and social media that can be controversial or that can burn bridges or that I might regret later on. So I'm very cautious of what I say and how I say it. But Middlesbrough, you know, the football, the negative way that we're playing, you know, negativity breeds negativity, and positivity breeds positivity. And if somebody comes out early on and says that the team's not good enough, how do those players feel? You need to inspire them, man management. And I think that when I look at party politics, I don't vote for the party, I vote for the person. So if there's one person I'm very impressed with recently, it's Ben Hosham. I think he's done a fantastic job as the Tees Valley Mayor. And what I'm hoping for is that somebody can come and emulate that vision, ambition, success as the Middlesbrough Mayor. And if I'm honest, I think that we've had a few meetings, and you've obviously come out and supported our ambitions to bring professional basketball to the Teesside area. And really happy with that, and I think we can do incredible things with your support. But I don't think we're not business partners, we're not friends. I mean, I'd like to think we can become friends, but I'm voting for the person that I believe will make a difference. I think I saw one thing on your social media, and it said, "What does the mayor need to be? Is it? Let me get this right. You correct me if I'm wrong. Was it ability or compassion?"
Yeah, and it was business skills versus compassion.
Yeah, and I think I remember commenting and saying, "Why can't we have both?" And I think you fit the agenda on both of those. You've proven with how many businesses, and you're just a rough guy, but I'm assuming you're a director on multiple businesses.
Yeah, not so many. I'm not. I wouldn't describe myself as a prolific business person. I had a big career in finance and an investor in a number of smaller businesses, some of them medium-sized now. But I'm not.
But you're active in multiple areas.
I'm active in lots of things.
So I think that's important.
Yeah.
If you're the mayor, you need to be active and at least aware of so many different departments and run so many different areas. And that fills me with confidence when somebody, I mean, just from, and I don't know your business, I know your business background, but I don't know your business ins and outs. But when I follow things on social media and I see the litter picking in the community, and you've organised those events where it's proactive events inside the communities to look after the area, and then in addition to that there's other activities and other charities going on. There's so much going on, and whether you are founding them, passing them over, found them, continuing with them, it's things are getting done, and that fills me with confidence in somebody that would want to be the mayor, that they can complete or at least take part in multiple areas and get things done. Yeah,
no, thank you. First of all, thanks for the kind words. I first of all, I can't take credit actually for the litter picks. I didn't start them. Definitely been involved, definitely helped raise the profile. Mainly a lady called Carolyn Dodds has done that, but I'm pleased to have played a role. And I really believe in getting stuck in and doing stuff. I hate people who just talk all the time about stuff and say life's unfair. I love people who say life's unfair and I'm going to do something.
Well, that actually makes it even better, because if it wasn't your idea in the first place, potentially if you were doing it for ulterior motives, you wouldn't have done it. But to come in and support somebody and turn up and actually pick up litter. And
I'm not someone who likes to hog the limelight or take the praise. I'm very happy for her to get the credit.
And I think that's it's results, isn't it? Whoever takes the majority of the what's the word? Whoever is in charge of it, whoever is making it happen, it doesn't matter as long as the results are coming in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what you want from a mayor. Not that you don't want the mayor that's coming in and saying, right, I've done this, or I'm going to do this, and nothing ever happens. You want it in whichever way to come about.
Completely. Yeah.
So, James, I mean, obviously a lot of people watching this will have concerns from their own local area, but also from what they expect from the mayor as well. But what would be your main concern for Middlesbrough, rather than like the actual person running?
I think that the antisocial behaviour is a huge one for me, and with the Teesside Lions we spend a lot of time with children. I think early intervention is key, and I've mentioned another one of your posts about knife crime and gangs of youths hanging around and causing trouble, potentially because they've got very little else to do. Schools are closing. Where you'd once have 4 secondary schools, you might now have a private finance initiative building that's closed them down and opened one into place. Fantastic new facility, but it's only one. So the access to community facilities might be less. Youth clubs, there's not many youth clubs, if at all, these days.
And Andy, it's a knock-on problem, isn't it? Because I think, kids on the streets, as it were, and that old cliche, it has a knock-on effect to quite a few other problems as well, doesn't it? Am I right in thinking that?
It does. Well, I was at Berryhill yesterday, at Norfolk Shops there, and there's a massive problem there that's well documented with attacks on adults and businesses and things. It's still a great place, but it's got this massive issue at the moment, and the biggest single issue is the gangs of, I call them kids, but some of them are big young men really, hanging around. And fixing that is really, really tough. I think we do need to give people something to do. There is something about young people, especially young men, where you crave excitement. And whether that be in a boxing ring or on a football pitch or a basketball court or a fight with the lads from the estate across the park, you crave that excitement. And if you're not getting it from sport or something else, you will often get into trouble trying to cause mischief. And I've been there, probably all been there, doing stuff we shouldn't have done as younger people. And we need to find a way, and it isn't easy, and money is very tight. We need to find a way of grabbing these people and giving them the chance and even coaxing them into sport. And particularly, I love boxing, and I can get people right in the straight and narrow. There's a great boxing club very close to Berryhill, run by a guy called Dowlow at Pallister Park. And I'm hoping to champion what he does and get more people involved there. But what Teesside Lions do is incredible. That's at an early stage, getting them earlier. But we need to expend these people's energy and satisfy that lust they have for adrenaline that nearly all young men have and some young women have. And we can satisfy that with sport and other things rather than being chased by the police or smashing something or being an absolute nuisance and terrorising the state. But the effect it can have is that the shops, a lot of them are closed. There are adults who are scared to go to the shops now, especially after 5 o'clock, so the business is closed. Business is closed. So the whole place is brought down. And it's this cycle that's very hard to break. We've got a massive challenge in our hands with crime and antisocial behaviour across the country, but in Middlesbrough in particular, it's particularly bad. And we've got a big fight in our hands to put that right.
So practically, how would that plan out? I mean, obviously we've got Teesside Lions. It's been going for quite a few years now. Sport is one proven way of getting kids off the streets and things like that. But Teesside Lions has been going for quite some time. As you mentioned, the boxing club as well. James, you mentioned earlier that there's not as many youth clubs and sports clubs as there was when you were younger. But maybe we're getting that back with Teesside Lions and with the boxing club, things like that. But the problem is Teesside Lions has been going for quite a while now. How long's the boxing club been there?
Oh, I think it's been there a long time. There are lots of boxing clubs around. I think,
and yet the fear of crime and that there's gangs.
Yeah, I think one of the issues is that a lot of the young people either can't be bothered or don't want to walk a mile, half a mile to go and do something. Yeah. And I think there's a brilliant guy in Redcar called Frankie Wales. Frankie's a former boxer, boxing coach, and he's got these antisocial behaviour interventions that he does. And he literally goes out with a van at night onto an estate with a boxing ring, sets it up, says, "How are then, lads? Who fancies to go on the pads? Who wants to, try and hit me?" And get them in, get them on side. And of course, he doesn't solve the world's problems that way, but he does intervene and get handfuls of people on every estate on the right track. And these things, it's a bit like a pack mentality. If there's 20 of them, lads causing trouble, another 20 want to join. If there's 2 or 3, they're just the bad lads and people leave them alone. So we've got to start picking them off and intervening and getting these people on the right track one by one. And what Frankie Wales does and has done all over parts of Middlesbrough and Redcar Borough and beyond is fantastic. And if I was mayor, I would absolutely drag Frankie into Middlesbrough Borough and say, right, we want you on these estates night after night after night.
I think that's you've hit on one of the we developed a project I've mentioned it to you called Role Models, where we're trying to place members of the Teesside Lions, big imposing professional basketball players, into the community and to show children of a young age that someone does care. And it's a person that could be a potential hero for them, a potential mentor for them.
Yeah.
You've mentioned Frankie and others that are actively doing that now. And sporting role models and positive role models in any form are massively important in a young child's life. And if there's a positive influence missing from their life, then it's going to be it needs to be replaced with a positive mentor. Otherwise, it could be replaced with a negative
completely, absolutely
influence.
Yeah, absolutely. Role models, peer pressure, and peer pressure to succeed, not peer pressure to throw a stone at a car windscreen while it drives past. That's what we need. it's difficult to make happen, but role models is a really good way of doing that. And we need to inspire the great people of Teesside to volunteer to be role models on the estates where there perhaps is an absence of good people around and who can show the leadership and get kids on the right track. We've done a bit of that actually with the Philanthropic Foundation, and we imported a scheme that we'd seen work in Bolton really, really well. And we have a number of fantastic adults who give an hour of their time up every week to work with a young person. And they might just take them for coffee and have a chat. But having somebody different from outside your immediate peer group or your family group take someone for a coffee, have a chat, give you a different level-headed perspective, really yields results. But sport can play a huge role.
Yeah.
Well, there we are. I hope that's given you some information. More importantly, information on how to vote. Whether you vote for Andy, like you said at the beginning, even if you don't vote for him, please make sure you vote. I hope this answers some of your questions as well around some of your concerns. If it hasn't, go on Facebook, look for Andy Preston. He's got his own page specifically for this campaign. As you know, people who know me know that I'm in the local music industry, and I love admiring bands. And I did a bit of research on Andy last night. He was up till at least 10:30 last night answering questions and stuff like that. Now I've just put that pressure on him to stay up late at night. I'm joking, that's a very rare thing for candidates to do, but it just shows you the commitment that he's got to answering questions. He's not afraid of questions, so feel free to answer any questions that we haven't covered today. Thank you for watching. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.